This is your daily market review for Tuesday, January 11th, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Thursday, January 11th, 2024. Do yourself a favor, get a chance, check out the live chat we did earlier today. Surprising action a little bit. Expected probably more down, but not surprised it was choppy in front of bank earnings starting tomorrow. We know the CPI data is coming in a little hotter. Does it really matter? In my opinion, no, it doesn't stop the recession that is coming. The Feds have never navigated a soft landing, and I don't know why they should start. As we've talked about in the last couple of weeks, Janet Yellen basically promised everything was going to be awesome. And every time she has spoken, shortly after, something has gone the opposite direction. I would call her the ultimate Jim Cramer inverse, because she's the biggest idiot in the world, in my opinion. Because when we had low interest rates, she was the Fed president. She could have easily refinanced all of our debt, every bond potentially that was expiring within the next 30 years. She could have refinanced at 0% interest rates plus whatever. Obviously not zero, but whatever the bond yields were at those times, which was anywhere between 1% to 3%. Now we could even sniff that long-term debt. So again, betting on the Feds to have a soft landing. If they ever done it before, let me know. Still waiting to hear that answer, and everyone knows the answer. Follow, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I appreciate you guys. Again, check this out. Go to the educational series. Well worth it. If you have any questions, again, Calendly link. Check out thetradingagent.com. Get your recommended readings. You got your please get the hell out of Schwab accounts. Go to, I think Interactive Brokers is great. Check out some of the readings. Got the videos as well. And then get your Marcus. Your 5.5. Don't forget. Twitter. I mean, it's just amazing. Again, because I'm not a type of person that's just going to sit here and assume the worst all the time. But I just read some of the stuff and I'm like, this is amazing how dumb at the highs and lows people are. Just, again, trucking starting to turn over. I mean, it's already turned over, but here you go. Largest NASDAQ position long ever. What could go wrong? Every time the yield curve inverted this big, you had problems. Again, it's just like not what if, it's just when, y'all. It's just when. So be careful out there. And again, unless they pump in the liquidity, and if they do, then you just stop out. Again, you define your risk. There's no certainty. But if you want to base your odds on the probabilities, what's most likely to happen in time is, again, 2024 is going to be a crazy year, in my opinion. We're going to have the wildest election you're ever going to see. Wow, look at that. Even after today's higher CPI, the Fed cut coming in March, something doesn't make sense here. Someone knows something about the economy. Come on, Bitcoin. Again, Bitcoin breaking out. High volume at the highs, or is it a fake out? Buy the rumor, sell the news. Everyone joining on this ETF. And again, I'm not talking about long term. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if pull back. Oil, we talked about huge short positions, Saudis cutting prices, and it is all over the place. Good luck. I like natural gas. That was my favorite trade. Here it goes. Here we go. Got a nice bounce, shorting the KLD. I don't know near term if you're going to break over the mid threes, but as we say, the more you're up, the less you own at times. You got to be careful. You got to be careful, because I don't know. Unless something militaristically coming, natural gas could be literally all over the place. The dollar. We talked about post ex-div, because man, we're just pull $1.75. It's basically chopping at the 100-day. So it's strong, but also not going anywhere. Been stuck. TLT, we talked about bond yields. Hello, Moto. I'm surprised they got bought today. Look at the volume. Someone knows something? I don't know. Watch this 100 area. Watch this hundo area. VIX. What do you got here, right? Chopping around. Keep an eye on it, right? Vixen. I mean, you can't. I hate to say this, but it's almost like risk-free. If you're buying time shorting with puts, I mean, you could sell, in my opinion, out of the money calls, even though there's not a lot of juice on the bones with those. But if you did, I don't know. Again, define your risk. I mean, look at the Vivix. I'm surprised that it imploded today, but am I? I don't know. I mean, it's almost like they want to suck all the volatility out of the market before it goes, and they want to get everybody long, which that's typically what they do. But I mean like everybody long. Talked about this earlier. Watch the 20-day, 8-day doji. Man, this looks like a massive chop top. QQQ, and again, it could break out. That would be the risk. So you define your risk. It should be tight. QQQ. I mean, okay, okay, pop, chop. IWM, it would lagged all day. Absolute disaster. I mean, this thing is lagging again, and it's always led. Does not look good. Dia. Chopping, 20-day. Keep an eye on it. Gold, everybody and their mom wants to go bullish. I'm like, even today's action couldn't even catch a bid. You were stuck up against old highs. And it's hard to trust it when silver, I can say this every recap, silver, lagging. Miners, lagging. Junior miners, lagging. Harder, lagging harder. Why? If smart money is smart, why aren't they buying? Only people I know buying are the dumb money twits who don't realize that, hey, sadly, if there's a pullback in the market, meaning VIX spikes, credit tightens up, companies get real tight with credit, guess who has problems? Miners. AEM, same thing. Newmont's. I mean, look at this. This is the leader. Big dog. Ugly. 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 PAAS, same thing, just chopping around. Let's get into it. Taiwan Semi, to me, this is my favorite short. Look at this thing. I mean, in time. We know China's coming for Taiwan. There's no doubt these guys got issues. Micron, this thing's absolutely zero revenue growth, piece of junk, but it's holding up because of AI. AI. Say it enough, make a difference. I know it's the future, but future got priced in. Keep an eye on that. AMD, I mean, competition, making better chips, good chips. Looks like a double top near term. NVDA, hopefully did not step in front of this one. I guess Nancy Pelosi is undefeated. However, I would say we're getting pretty close to topping out, in my opinion. And you had a doji day on big volume. I don't know how no one in Congress is just like saying a single thing. Like it should be like literally the news of the day. Intel got that run up on that Israeli subsidy. Chopping 20-day. SMH, you think this thing would be up better? It's kind of, look at today's big doge. Adobe, again, tech is starting to lag versus lead, which is new. Chopping around. We talked about post gap, that was a professional gap. Now it's 20-day. Interesting close. Will it sustain? Apple. We talked about it being oversold. Clearly oversold, right? Oh, it was over. No, yeah, we talked about it. Double top. All right, cool little bounce. Watch it here. It looks like it's going to just eventually roll over. Amazon. I mean, I'm glad. Again, and sometimes this is where you just, 3 strikes, you're out. I just said, I'm going to keep an eye on it. It's all over the place. Look at it today, though, but another doji at the highs. This thing is tricky. Choppy tops are never fun. CRM, look at this. Goes back to the range highs. Google, all over the place, right? Makes another new high and then kind of closes right back at the highs. Now, again, if you zoom out, it's not all-time highs. Meta, look at that doji today. I mean, Zuckerberg can't sell fast enough. How many upgrades? Is there anyone left to upgrade it? Literally, anybody. Here you go, Microsoft, doji at the highs, big volume. I mean, I'm telling you, there's sellers up here. It's just a matter of when. NDAQ, again, this NASDAQ exchange, telling you what's happening long-term to NASDAQ. Nobody's going to be wanting to trade tech stocks. They're all going to be trading what? My mining, commodity, industrials, banks, housing. Look at this shit. I mean, look at MicroStrategy. We talk about Micro Saylor's a genius selling shares. Well, he sold his shares. And now, he's going to wait for Bitcoin to drop. Somebody knows something. It's like the miners leading gold. It's just like Bitcoin's the last to drop. Look at today's Netflix. I mean, I was just kind of bamboozled, but I didn't put a trade on. I'm like, what is that? Big ass doji. Decent volume. Keep an eye on that. Roblox, chopping. We talked about failing 46, 47. Tesla. I mean, everybody's favorite stock. It just makes lower lows. Oh, everything is awesome. Like, something's not right. But everything's awesome. Airbnb. We talked about this being a great short. Talked about it chopping and bouncing. Said watch the 20-day. Chopping around the 20-day. Costco. Love the short here. All pops. Fills the gap. Great reference. Starbucks. We talk about a global growth name. I think they got busted ripping off $900 million worth of people off their app. How cool is that? FedEx, we talked about this chopping around, dead cat bounce. Everybody and their mom was like, best trade ever to buy it. And now people are getting stuck. Caterpillar, love to have seen the channel high. Maybe you'll get it. Maybe we'll get it. Maybe we won't. Now, again, earnings can be typically bullish, but man, if it's up into earnings, scary. Nucor. Talked about it. Failing 170s, letter X. Again, I don't think they're going to get bought out, but it also doesn't mean I think it's going to. Well, look at that wick today. Doesn't mean it has a big downside. Again, if it does drop, I think there's other bidders, so please don't short it. VALE, we talked about another global growth name. Stuck. Arrow, chopping around. It was due, right? Watch this 17 area. Got to get over it. CCJ, look at this thing. All over the place. Right back at the highs. Congrats. Is this a Bitcoin play? I don't know. I mean, again, talking about like energy. Energy. More energy. We need more energy. CF, right? Chopping around. Again, all these names. I mean, we got to eat, but let these names come in. Let them get so cheap they can't go any lower. NTR, same thing. Aaron, same thing. FAS, FAS, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, I'm like looking at XLF. Big day tomorrow. Big day tomorrow, right? Big banks getting a little choppy toppy. It's not the first time we've seen chop tops. Chop tops up against the trend, up against some resistance. I mean, I don't trust this at all. Like, look at JP Morgan. It makes new all-time highs. Banking is shutting down. Banking industry is locking up. Mortgage availability seizing. Makes new all-time highs. Morgan Stanley, we talked about the mid-90s. Look at that. Looks good for a short. But again, just be careful. You got earnings. Some of these names. Bank of America. Chop top. Look at that fake breakout. Gives it back. Goldman Sachs. Chop top. Breakout. Fake out. Whatever. 20-day. Carry. Telling you. Watch the fudge out. This thing doesn't look right. We talked about the no doubt fail zone. But now you're under the 20-day. Retro Reggie. XBI. Telling you, take your profits for the market takes them. You're in resistance. I doubt it's going to run after going from 62 up to 92 in a straight line. At worst, it backs off. Solar, we talked about solar being absolute trash. And it's continuing lower. Interesting, it filled the gap today. Again, maybe oversold near term. We'll see. Sedge, I mean, I think these stocks are going too much lower. ENPH, see you later. Smell you, go home, smell you later. 100 days been important on this one. Really wish we'd have gotten the 200-day. I'm just going to continue. I mean, pray for a double top at some point. First Solar we talked about. This is a great short when it wicked out over the 170s. There you go. HYG, you got to be dumb as bricks to be buying corporate debt, but that's what people are doing. Going into a recession. Good luck with that. Buena suerte. Oil, we talked about all over the place. I mean, I don't have every day to day. Just chopping. Again, is it downside or upside? I don't like it's got a huge short interest. So I just, UNG, I mean, again, I don't like UNG, but we talked about natural gas. I mean, you can't even see it. It's such a crappy ETF. But like KOLD, shorting that, great trade. Great trade. We talked about near term. It's probably going to have a bounce in it, but trade accordingly. XOP, this one was tricky. I mean, we got in the drip at 9, sold at 10, 11 change, whatever it was. Fake out, breakout. I mean, again, I don't trust oil and gas. I mean, the market doesn't either. ExxonMobil holding on for dear life. Valero up today. Interesting. But, I mean, it's making lower highs. Like, it just kind of chopping around. NPC was like a strong name. Like, the league was going to break out, and then it was like, well, if it ever shit. And then it came right back. Occidental, your boy Buffett is just loving it. He's like, chop. I mean, I'm pretty sure he'd make more money if the stock chopped in a range for years than anyone anywhere. It'd be easy, and then he can let it ride. He can accumulate all the stock, buy it out. That's what he's doing. EQT, again, look at this. I mean, you would think this name would be on fire if oil and gas were going to be holding up. Last but not least, Flex LNG. Like this, I think we became the largest natural gas exporter in the world. I think that demand grows. That whole play is big in the next cycle. Probably in 2025, but those prices will get smoked at some point, whatever. If I don't know if I said that right in Spanish or not. So if you've got any questions, again, please reach out. Always do your due diligence. Don't follow anyone blindly. Always here to help. Let me know how I can be assistance. I love everybody who's involved. I appreciate all the insights. Again, don't hesitate to reach out. I love you guys. Have a great evening. Talk to you later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.